What's up, Reject Nation? I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
I have read all the Hellboy comics as of today.
Each one.
Oh my god, the Wild Hunt, Night Seeker. That's not what it's called. Darkness Calls, Storm and the Fury, and I even did my hair trying to do like David Harbour and Hellboy just for this video.
I'm missing out. I gotta do mine too.
We don't have time!
Wow. I'll do it during the reaction. Piss everybody off.
Yeah, I'm excited to check this out, man. I did like the first trailer, and I'm hoping that this one will give us a little bit more of that R-rated taste, now that it's got its official R rating.
Yeah.
Before we go into that, people, I would like to say thank you to all you beautiful sons of bitches and pee-holes who have been following us on the Stardust app. It's free to download and use. We post 30-second reaction reviews for any film, TV show, or trailer. Every once in a while, we even do a micro sketch there. It's free to download, and you can post too. We'd love it if you did it today, because I like growing things. John, why'd you do that with your hair? It looks so much more accurate than mine.
Yours looks great.
No, yours looks like more. You look sexy. I look silly. You know what? You're making me look bad in the video. Let's watch this. It's supposed to be Red Band.
Ooh.
So.
Hell man.
Hell man, it is Red Band. Whoa.
Nice.
That's Ben Diamond. As I read all. Whoa.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. There you go.
That was cool.
On an island off the coast of Scotland,
Okay.
something was summoned from the depths of hell. Something that would end mankind.
The origin in
That's
3D.
Thomas Hayden Church character.
Show up.
Cool. Wow.
You did.
That looked very real.
Every threat there is, and yet you take me in. Hello, son. Made me a goddamn weapon.
Where's my fucking violin?
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Out there, there's a 5th century sorceress.
It looks like Sin City there.
Yeah.
On London and the world.
Whoa.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Ooh! Oh, that was cool.
Why do you fight for those who hate and fear you? You were meant for this. Out of the ashes,
Ah.
Eden will emerge.
Oh, okay. I'd appreciate a prophecy with more relatable stakes.
Haven't we got to be saving the world or something?
Come on. Let's get your face on. Come on, let's do this.
Wow. Whoa, dude, this looks good. The designs are great.
Wow. Damn.
Plus CGI blood.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. That's cool. Yes.
We do, but it's not gonna work, you know, because I'm a Capricorn and you're fucking
Oh, buddy.
Okay. BPRD, baby. BPRD.
Woo.
Not RIPD. BPRD.
No, you talking about R.I.P.D. You're gonna get the BPR, you're gonna get that Hellboy.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges is Hellboy. How great would that,
That would
be
be
in
an
the future?
interesting movie right there. All right. Look, first things first. Everyone who watches this channel knows I actually enjoyed the first trailer. And I believe I said in that too that that's just the first, something along the lines of that. I don't rewatch the videos. If I said something there, it's probably just the first trailer, and I bet with like a second trailer or even with a Red Band, we'll probably get a lot more of the things that were teased about there. And sure enough, they did it. Like, do I feel like the full blown horror vibe that I've heard hints about? Not really,
No.
but the aesthetic is a lot more there. I thought this Yeah, look, guys, no doubt about it. This trailer was just so much better than the first one. I like the first one, but this one made me go, damn, this looks fucking crazy. This looks like really cool and looks a lot like a comic book, too.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to have its own kind of different heightened sensibility about it. I mean, Guillermo del Toro has such a distinct quality, and this looks like it is going in its own direction with it, And yeah, especially in the colors and some of these close-up shots or some of these more fantastical looking images, especially because, Guillermo del Toro fantasy is very distinct, and this looks like a totally different kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. And too, the tones, it's like, I don't get the full-on horror movie vibe, but this definitely had a lot more of like the carnage, especially like the blood rain.
The blood rain, they're having like sexical in the blood rain, man.
Yeah, this definitely looked a lot more pulpy and a lot more like.
I wonder how that scene goes down.
Yeah.
Is they like, oh, you wouldn't want to
context.
do with me because I'm red? And he's like, well, no,
I can get
if I can get red for it. How did this happen? Yeah. That's a crazy ass. Yeah. I want to see like some of that weirdness and the craziness is a big part of what makes this look very distinct to me.
Yeah. Well, it makes me wonder too what they're, again, as we always do with superhero movies, what they're going to take directly from the source material and what they're going to kind of alter, because I've heard they're going to kind of expand on, I'm probably going to butcher her name, Nimue?
Since I am an expert, I know for sure it's Nimue.
Nimue, there we go.
Nimue. The Queen of Blood.
Yeah.
Lady of the Lake.
Lady of the Lake. Like, well, and that's the thing, because
Expert.
No, because I like that they have that detail because it gives it a folklore quality. Because the Lady of the Lake is like a folklore figure you've heard about.
Well, a lot of this has that folklore element and some common seems to be very King Arthur inspired. It's weirdly Excalibur. He's setting it on fire. It's all very King Arthur inspired. And I think Hellboy with his character is a descendant of King Arthur.
Yeah,
look, guys, I didn't actually read the comics. All right, did I watch a lot of things in preparation this week to do this video? Of course I did, because I do that for you guys so I could be a little bit more in the know on this. And I would like to read the comic books. I would. Let's just go off of this as a trailer alone.
I just meant by that I thought it was really cool that they've built this character out of that kind of recognizable. I don't know. Yeah, it just recontextualizes the other myths too.
Yeah, and I like the tone of this one. I felt like the tone for the first trailer kind of confused some people. I didn't believe that was the actual tone of that movie. It seemed like a first trailer, whereas this, like, the humor seems to work with a lot more of its more serious elements,
Well, yeah, this trailer feels more like a trailer for the movie, whereas the first trailer to me felt like a trailer for the character Hellboy.
Yeah.
Like, he's having fun, he's wisecracking, he's kind of a fish out of water, but he's got these badass qualities too. And this one seemed to have just a better picture, and especially because you get the recontextualized origin.
Exactly. I feel like it's going to be like the opening scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I know in Del Toro's version we did that, but this is a new rendition. I feel like some people still get a little confused whether or not if it's Hellboy 3. It's not a Hellboy 3, guys.
Well, and it's only the first time we've rebooted the Hellboy film.
Yeah, so
we can do the origin.
Confusing,
Gotta do the origin.
It's a little confusing, you guys. But yeah, I mean, a lot of what David Harbour has even talked about, like in that EW interview, especially with showing a darker, grittier version of Hellboy, and I feel like there is going to be a pretty clear arc with this guy, because there was something where he did say he feels like he's struggling with the idea of whether or not Hellboy is a good guy or a bad guy in this world. And it seems like a lot of, I'm just going to call her Mia Jovovich. It seems like Mia Jovovich, that a lot of that internal struggle is going to be there. I feel like with the film itself, we'll probably get a really personal relationship. Maybe she won't have a lot of screen time. Her threat level seems really good, but I imagine that with Hellboy and her, especially with that one shot where they're like really close to each other, like how we do every night before we go to bed. Yeah.
With the blood shower.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the moonlight. No, we do
Oh,
that
yeah,
before
that
we go to
moonlight
bed,
where
dude. Sorry, I totally no-butted you in our improv, and that's not how you improv.
Yes, and next time you should do better. But as you were saying.
And with Ben Daimo, I've heard some people talk about with my friends who are much more bigger experts on, that's a lot of bad English there, with a lot more bigger, much more bigger. Yeah. But a lot of my friends who are bigger fans of Hellboy, they talked about Ben Daimo, who was originally supposed to be played by Ed Skrein and
yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Together as one on top, sitting on his shoulder, she would be, and then they would have like a trench coat.
That he is like a werepanther, and some of
cool.
some of them did not seem to know whether or not for sure he was going to have that ability. But they
We know
full-blown. It
for
starts
sure
off the
now.
trailer with that, man.
Yeah, man, that was pretty badass looking. Like, I'm excited to see them go up against Gruagok or whatever that guy's name is.
Well, all the designs look freaking cool.
Yeah.
A lot of this looks very cool. I had the honor of flipping through a Hellboy comic book and going, wow. You know, like looking at these images, it couldn't coincide. Like some of these seem like new images of what I've heard, but they seem like they all have Mike Mignola's approval of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean this is
just say yes.
This seems
just
to be
yes,
their opportunity to make it like the source material, man. And
with the big trailers, we try not to cut these, so I'm trying to make this as complicated for us to film as possible.
Yeah, no, I mean, he, from what I understand, he's been heavily involved in the inception of this particular movie, and it looks like, I don't know, at least what I'm getting from him and Mila Jovovich together, his part of his deal is he's supposed to bring about the end of the end times of Earth and stuff like that. So like, I bet she's trying to coerce him into doing that, putting on the sexy.
Well, in this final shot, though, like when it looks like all of London has
fallen.
Yeah. London has fallen meets Constantine in this shot right here. You know what I mean?
And I mean,
but that shot here riding the dragon, like he's going to become full on Hellboy here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, horns and all.
He's going to become King of England. Better yet, Prime Minister. He's going to turn into.
Take up residence at number 10.
The beast of the apocalypse right here. I'm loving it.
And that's just such a badass image, just him riding that thing. And like, I don't know, I'm really excited to get to the finale of that. I gotta imagine that's where that is.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it's the first 15 minutes. They do the origin of him as a baby, being born with the Nazis and everything, and then
to the end of his life.
Skip to the end.
And the rest of the movie is going to be the middle chapter. Totally. That's what I like to see.
Honestly, I feel like this is one of the trailers that lends itself to something where you could just take it frame by frame and start theorizing or breaking down elements of it. You know?
Yeah, totally. Well, yeah. Because there's just like, and comparing it to the older trailer too, you're like, okay, so we've seen a few snippets from this point in time, and we know he gets his undead army at this point in time, and then we...
Yeah, because he could raise, I don't know, the dead or something.
Yeah. Excalibur, and he raises the, remaining Arthurian knights to fight with him.
I love how some of these, like that shot with Mia Jovovich and him, where they're really close to each other, does look like out of a fantasy,
Yeah. Well, and
I'll say it too that this trailer does really give itself a distinct style and flair. That's the thing that I felt was ultimately missing from the first trailer was, okay, I'm getting certain things from it, but what is the overall distinct style and look of this movie? And it feels like they do have some really striking visuals here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for this movie, man.
Because Neil Marshall's got chops for that kind of stuff. And it's funny you should mention Constantine earlier, because I believe he was heavily involved with the show. But yeah, I mean, he's got, and I'm excited for this because he's got such a strong horror sensibility from the flicks I've seen of his anyway. Yeah. And, I think he's a great choice for this. So.
Dude, this is going to be awesome. I'm sure there's a lot of things we've missed. He can resurrect British knights. See? Because I'm a comic book expert.
You're the one. You're the guy.
There's plenty to say about this, and I'm sure there's more. Leave more comments down below, guys. Listen, you can subscribe to the Reject Nation, click that notification bell, and download and follow us on the Stardust app. Yeah.